Good morning, everyone. My name is Kyla Marie Angela Carranza, and I'm going to discuss the Lesson 20 Globalization of Education. Lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to first, define education. Second, discuss various global issues in education. Third, provide examples in how globalized education takes form in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And fourth, discuss the case of ASEAN qualification framework. Definition of terms: education, the process of teaching and learning, the discipline concerned with facilitating transfer and exchange of knowledge, skills, and belief and value systems. Equivalency, process of gauging whether one's level of achievement is commensurate to expected requirement for an academic degree. Third, qualification framework, a set of standards and competencies that serve as basis in evaluating education qualifications between and among nation states. Globalization of education is the integration and application similar education system and knowledge throughout the world across the borders, improving quality and deployment of education worldwide. Globalization is a complex event that has had long-reaching effects. Globalization is a relatively recent concept in research, becoming famous in public, academic, and educational discourse in the 1980s. Many leading scholars of globalization have argued regarding the major causes of shapers of the same precisely movement and mixing of elements beyond the local or national level. At least many centuries old, globalization and education are interrelated from a historical view. Historical process that may identify as crucial precursors to political economic globalization during the late modern, colonial, and imperialist eras influenced the development and rise mass education. It includes the growth of global networking, for instance, the internet, worldwide economization, and transportation. It is the increasing independence of the world's inhabits on an economic, technological, cultural, as well as political level. An efficient education ecosystem is the foundation of opportunities to lead a good life. Discussion: Impact of globalization of education. Globalization has improved the quality of education. Due to globalization, countries got the opportunity to witness the best education systems worldwide and thus could replicate them. Many schools are now teaching global education. Not everyone has access to quality education. The improved education due to globalization is only beneficial for the rich and people of urban areas. There is a huge gap between rich, poor, and urban, rural areas in access to educational opportunities. Globalization is further widening these gaps because those who utilize the opportunities will improve the economic status. Various global issues in education. The global theme must belong to one of the following 5 themes: culture, identity, and community, beliefs, values, and education, politics, power, and justice. 1 in 6 adults on the planet cannot read or write. About 600 million women and 300 million men. 99% of whom live in developing countries remain illiterate. About 115 million children between the ages of 6 and 11, 1 in 5 do not attend school. Trends in education amidst globalization. Transnational education. The term transition generally refers to the 3 main transition points in the public education system. When students move from elementary school to high school, from high school to high school, and from high school to university. According to UNESCO, between 2005 and 2013, there were 4.1 million international students, which rose to nearly 4.9 million in 2016. In the Philippines, for example, it is no longer shocking to see multicultural classrooms made up of students from different nation-states. Also, it is not surprising to hear that local Filipino students go to abroad to study or attend some units of foreign universities. There are mainly three different types of international students. Internationally mobile students. First, individuals who have physically crossed an international border between two countries with the objective to participate in educational activities in the country of destination. Second, foreign student, usually under special permits or visas for the specific purpose of following a particular course of study in an accredited institution of the receiving country. Third, credit mobile students refers to study abroad or exchange students such as those in the EU's Erasmus program. Open and distance education. It is type of education with which is given through different information and communication technologies. This education gives opportunity to opens and it supports learning at a distance, equivalency and qualifications frameworks, a level of achievement equivalent to the completion of an education or training program and the high school equivalency certificate. A qualification framework is a formalized framework in which learning level descriptors and qualifications are used to understand learning outcomes. This allows for the development, evaluation, and improvement of quality education in many contexts. Summary, there would absolutely be changes in the way education is framed, delivered, and experienced in a globalized world. We learn how globalization can also ignite multiplicities of ideas and values. We also learn that in the plurality of societies, they might be able to reach their goals and maximize their potentials amidst the ever-changing world. In this case, education has a role to promote peace. Education is a discipline and has a human reality is also honed by globalization in as much as globalization shapes in toward becoming what is not and toward honing with it would and should be in the near future. Education is an overall approach to education that focuses on developing students, understanding of other cultures. So, ang kasaysayan at heograpiya ng iba't ibang bansa at tao ang mga kasalukuyang kaganapan na hinaharap sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. So, the biggest problem facing education today is lack of innovation and mobility in higher education. The important for educators have to allow them to study the past in order to change the future. Example of industrial revolution, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, robotics, 3D printing, the Internet of Things, and advanced technologies. So, the fourth industrial revolution is set of reshape economic power, scientific leadership, and the architecture of value chain as well as future forms of political organization. So, ito po ay may malaking epekto sa kung paano nauugnay ang mga estado sa isa't isa sa susunod na yugto ng globalisasyon. ASEAN Qualification Framework. So, the AQRF or ASEAN Qualification Framework is a common reference framework that enables comparison of education qualification across participating ASEAN member states or AMS. The qualification framework created is yung isang karaniwang balangkas ng sanggunian na gumagana bilang isang aparato upang paganahin ang mga paghahambing ng mga kaisipan o kwalifikasyon sa buong AMS. Tinutugunan ng AQRF or yung tinatawag nating ASEAN Qualification Framework ang mga sektor ng edukasyon at pagsasanay at ang mas malawak na layunin ng pagtataguyod ng panghabang buhay na pag-aaral.